Welcome back, everyone. In today's video lesson, we are going to learn about databases, how to create a database on AWS Cloud. And this particular hands-on training will be step by step and click by click for everyone who knows about using the database or who have no idea of creating the database. So database is nothing but a table. In a tabular format. We keep the data which has rows and columns, and there is a primary key and the other associated keys to retrieve the data as we want. And the DBs who are actually working database admins will appreciate like how quickly in minutes we can actually provision a database on AWS cloud, because I have actually experienced in my previous roles like how the DB team are actually working, even though the automation is there to like configure a database, replicate it to the other availability zones, and doing all sort of configurations to make the instance up and running and healthy. So let's start and see like how quickly and how efficiently we can create a database on AWS cloud. So I'm logged into my console and I will search for the service RDS. RDS is Relational Database Service. It's a managed service from AWS, and this is where we have to click first, and you can have a read through of all these things, how to do the DB activities. And one more thing I would like to highlight here is that the Aurora database, it's AWS its own database. They have created this their own database. So they have actually very good pricing and features always coming up so as to encourage the use of Aurora database, right? But in this particular hands-on demo, we are going to take MySQL and we are going to do a easy create, right? So because we are just doing a test and a hands-on demo, right? Now come to the DB instance size. DB instance size, there are three. One is production, one is dev, and one is free tier. We are actually going to use free tier where we know like what will be the instance T3 micro, 2 vCPUs, 1 GB RAM, and 20 GB space. And we will not change anything here. We'll keep the DB instance identifier as database1, master username is admin. I will say auto generate the password. Do I need a connection from EC2 instance? This we will see in upcoming advanced lectures. We don't need it for our cloud practitioner exam, and we are not going to do anything else. We are just creating the database. I just want to show you one thing here. If I choose standard, and there are also some pop-up and issues, limitations with compatibility being already floated by AWS. So we can have these details here. And what are the versions of database we can use? We can choose if you choose the standard version, because if your application is running on, let's say, MySQL 5.7, then you can choose that so that you have your all your compatibility of the application tested in that particular version. Also, the deployment option becomes, single DB or multi-AZ or multi-AZ DB cluster, which is not required for AWS Cloud Practitioner, right? So these are the things which we get as the options when we choose standard, and all the things remain same. Here for standard, we have the option of, choosing the standard classes for memory optimized or CPU optimized databases. So as per our requirement and all the things we can choose from here, and it will automatically provision the database for us, right? Then IOPS is there. You can choose how many uh, input output operations you need. Storage scaling, do you want to auto scale? Storage auto scaling is there. If you are running out of space, it will automatically add space to that. So all these facilities are there when you are using AWS cloud or any other cloud. That is one of the main features of the cloud, that is elasticity and auto scaling, scaling up, scaling down as required, right? Then it has the option of public access and private access. We will always go with private access. VPC will choose default, and password authentication, right? Then it is a 7 days free tier. All these things are same. And one more important point about KWS is it's a AWS managed uh, key that will be used. We don't need to create anything here and all these things. So if we choose this option, your estimated monthly cost will be 2329.44 2329.44 USD. So all these things you have like FinOps beforehand to understand what is the cost it's coming up for you. So this is the option when we choose standard, but we are gonna go with easy create. We'll choose MySQL, we'll choose free tier, which won't choose anything here. Admin, I will say auto generate the password, and we can create the database. So it's gonna take some time. It takes around like 5 to 10 minutes to create a database based on the configuration and the things which we have provided. So we will come back to this lecture once the database is created. See you. So our database has been successfully created, and let's actually go inside these details. What are the things there? So we have, the endpoint created as this one. Availability zone by default has been 1B. Default VPC subnet groups has been already assigned to the database, and you have all the details here to see. For monitoring, you can see some of the default monitoring from CloudWatch here, CPU utilization and other things. You won't see any spikes here because it's just provisioned. Logs and events for DB guys to have a look, what time it was created, and all the other important log files are here to be seen by the DB guys. Configuration, what is instance class, how many vCPUs, what's the engine, all these things can be taken care of. Then maintenance and backup, auto, minor, version upgrade, like if there is a version upgrade needs to be enabled, it can be enabled here. By default, it is enabled, and all these things can be seen here. Then most important point here is that there are some, you can take snapshots from here, then migrate the snapshot. Also, you can set up an EC2 connection from this particular window if your EC2 instance wants to talk to the DB through command line. And also you can create a read replica. So these options, if you want to do, it has to be in a like non-free tier thing, right? So that's all for this particular video. I hope this has added some value to your learning, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you and good day. Just a quick note, like if you want to touch base with me, my email ID will be below in the description for any courses, upcoming courses, which I'll be publishing soon. So if you want to join that course, because the upcoming course in January 2024 is AWS practitioner, and that particular course is for everyone actually who are non-IT guys or who are actually project managers dealing with only uh, budgets and meetings and taking care of the project end to end, who wants to learn cloud, and also the IT cloud guys who wants to go for AWS cloud practitioner certification. So I'll see you. Thanks. And time to time I'll be posting the videos. So please do subscribe and please keep in touch. Thank you. Bye.